So how are you, Zach?
Tired. How are you?
Very tired from cutting a huge ash tree.
Yeah.
Well, you might be tired, but I'm an ill boy, and I'm going to apologise to anyone listening to this if my voice sounds like ass, or more ass than it usually sounds, because I'm ill. This is also why the episode is going to be a little bit later than usual.
Sneezing ASMR. Come on, let's do it.
I'm not going to sneeze.
A chew.
A chew. I chew this sandwich. I'm going to try to get this episode out by Tuesday, maybe Monday. If it's not out, if it comes out Wednesday, you can yell at me in the comments.
Yeah. Let's edit that out so we don't make any promises.
Nah, I want people to yell at me in the comments.
Kinky.
Kinky. What turns you on? Bad, negative YouTube comments.
Yeah. Sandwiches turn me on. I'm in heaven right now.
If this podcast is unfinished, it's because it's a metaphor
for the
about
chapter.
How this chapter's unfinished and how things aren't the way they should be. Because in this chapter, 182, Let It Flow School Festival, Hirokoshi was obviously strained for time and couldn't finish the chapter.
I think he just... You know what's really weird about it? I think it's because I think he just put all of his time into the first couple of pages.
Yeah.
Because the first couple of pages look gorgeous.
It's really a shame as well, because in the later chapters, like I reread the chapter, because originally I thought, oh, it must just be a stylistic choice. But as I'm reading through it again, I'm just like, no, he just legitimately didn't have time to finish the chapter, because you can still see the sketch marks from where things should be, and it's disappointing because there's a lot of like cool use of quirks. Like I can't tell what Momo's doing, but I think she's using her quirk to turn her arm to like stage lights or something cool like that.
Yeah. Well,
it's just wait, no, it's a fog machine. I think it's just a shame that he couldn't finish the chapter because Shonen Jump deadlines are deadly apparently.
Yeah. There's this one drawing where, like, I think it's supposed to be Oshiko, but it turns out looking like Suyu instead. I can't tell. It's on. It's on page 8. It's at the bottom right of page 8.
I think I see what you're talking about. I think it's supposed to be Suyu because the eyes.
I would say that, but like, I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe when this gets released in the official fucking volume, we should redo this podcast, or we should do this podcast except we splice in all our complaints, and it's just like, oh, the art's good this time. It's finished. It's such a shame as well, considering this is like such a big moment for Class 1A that it just couldn't get finished.
It's true, but it's like, at least there's a lot of good shots of Mirio, so that's good.
And by good shot, do you mean just like one at the end?
He's very cute.
He is. But like, despite the fact that the art is like very sketchy, in like the pieces in which it's finished, I think it looks really good anyway. Like, especially at the end where Eri is like the nightmare that is Chisaki. Which has like grasped over her, slowly just fades away into a dust cloud. Which is, that's just, and the fact that Mirio's cries because she's finally smiling.
Yeah, I think every single scene with Momo is also very good. Like on page 14 when she's playing the guitar, it's just, there's so much action in it. It's like such a vibrant drawing.
This is going to like, I know we're like probably like years, well, I'd say possibly like a year or two away from this getting animated in the anime. I can see this being really fucking good in the anime. Like maybe even like get their own like rendition of a song for this and it'd be animated beautifully. That's like a year away.
It is it's just very touching. It's just so beautiful.
And we finally get some backstory on Jiro.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I mean, like, it wasn't necessary, but it's nice to see, like, her parents. Her mom's a cutie. I love her mom.
She's here before, but it's like, yeah, it's always nice to have more art. But yeah, we have seen her before. It's very cute.
When do we get the mom's chapter?
On Mother's Day, which already passed. Never mind.
Wow, that's American Mother's Day.
Oh, it's true. It's your Mother's Day.
It's already passed. It's before yours, I think. I think it's in March. I think UK Mother's Day is.
Why even mention it?
Because I wanted to be like, UK Mother's Day was a different day.
Yeah.
Fun factoid.
Fun factoids. When's Japanese Mother's Day?
It was Golden Week. We'll never get a chapter.
I don't know. That'd be nice.
It would be nice.
Oh, yeah. It's May 13th.
Just a bonus chapter where it's like a special Mother's Day chapter, or like a picture that Hirokoshi puts on Twitter, where it's all the mums and they're just like, yeah, that'd be a great picture to do. Actually,
it would be nice.
Someone, I would say commission, but I have no money. Someone draw it out of their own will, and I don't pay. That'd be cute.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're already like pretty like in over our head with characters, and we need to start developing the ones we have, which I think Hirokoshi should start taking more shots to do that.
That's why I'm very scared when Class 1A heads into the eventual Class 2A, because we have the big three characters who are introduced and are going to become professional heroes next year, probably, assuming that's how it works. If Class 3 is the highest year, I am deathly afraid that a new Class 1A is going to be introduced and a new Class 1B. Because this cast is already bloated, and trust me, I love
every single character. They're all my beautiful children, but
they're all my children.
I don't need more children.
Yeah. We like the kid, we like the mother from like the 21 and Counting. It's just like, I love all my children. However, if I have one more, I don't want to do it. We have like barely anyone from Class 1B has been developed, except like Kendo gets some screen time occasionally. Monoma is there. We don't really know that much about Class 1B's quirks either. There's literally just a guy whose entire skin is black, and we know his quirk is just called black. That's all we know about him. Like, I think the only thing we know about Pony is that she's American, that her quirk is Pony, and that Monoma teaches her bad phrases to say in Japanese because she doesn't know what they mean, which I think is I always found that funny.
That's all the development we need, according to Horikoshi. But I think he'll go out of his way to give them some more character later. It's just,
I hope so.
Yeah. I mean,
when Monoma ends up to be the traitor, we'll get tons of development.
Speaking of which, I've kind of like done a double take about thinking that Ayama's the traitor, because it's like recent anime episode. I had completely forgotten that he had shot Mr. Compress's hand with his naval laser, thus saving Tokiyami. I had completely written off that moment, and I never even thought about that. I think he's safe from being the traitor.
He's safe. I've legitimately wondered, like, if that plot point is ever going to be dropped. Because I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind if it gets dropped, because I legitimately can't see anyone being the traitor. And like, if anyone is the traitor, it's probably just gonna seem like out of character. Like, I don't want Monoma, Copy Boy, to be the traitor, because I feel like
that would be completely in character for him. That's why it's not gonna happen.
I just wouldn't. I wouldn't want it to happen. If it ends up being Aizawa, I will be just upset
it's not gonna be
general. Because I love Aizawa's character, and if he ends up being the traitor, I'm just gonna be whatever. if Mike's the traitor, I won't give a shit. But and if All Might's the traitor, I'm flipping the table. I'm giving up on the series.
Why would it be All Might?
I don't fucking know.
Momo's the traitor. I'm gonna put that out there. Momo
could make sense. I guess she's like super smart, but wait. Yes, actually, that would kind of make sense.
She did end up leading All Might into the fight that, like, fucking ended his career as #1 hero.
And she could potentially fucking, if she like knew how exactly Mustard's quirks worked, she could make gas masks for that quirk, and she could probably like make a radio device and inform them of the coordinates, but it seemed like they knew beforehand, so I don't think it could be Momo, but I feel like there's also like evidence against that.
My money is, I mean, like, I wasn't entirely serious about her, you know, fucking her being traitor when I first said it, but it's like, the more I think about it, it kind of fits.
It's plausible.
Like,
the only thing which is keeping her from doing it is the fact that she's too kind.
You know, it could all be an act. I mean, that's the nature of being a traitor, isn't it? She's always trying to nose her way into other people's business. She's always trying to be the one helping everybody, probably so she can get information about everybody.
It's plausible. I can see it, but I don't want it to be a thing. I really just, I would not actually give a shit if this whole UA traitor thing was just like a red herring that Mike brought up, because the teachers do immediately dismiss it and say there's no point pointing fingers at each other unless we can actually disprove that we're not traitors.
Yeah.
I imagine them they have to bring it up again unless he just like completely forgets. But I don't think he will forget. I think if he brings it up again, it will either be because they're the traitor or because there's no actual traitor.
I think, I don't know, my money is definitely on Momo now.
Because I've been thinking specifically about this traitor plot point.
Yeah.
Because it's been quite a while. It's been like almost a good 100 chapters. Possibly even more at this. I think it's been like 100 chapters since the plot point was like brought up, because the All for One fight happens at I want to say around chapter 90 maybe. God,
maybe around there.
I'm now just realizing how long the Chisaki arc actually was.
Yeah.
I think that's the longest arc we've had so far.
Yeah.
I really wonder what the next big arc is going to be. Because I really want to see Shigaraki again. It's been so long.
Yeah, I think sorry, that was something funny. But I think it's definitely gonna be Prison Break. We're gonna see something like that.
Because the Prison Break, I always try to mention this less and less, because I feel like every episode it sneaks its way in here. But except last episode, I like the idea, but I wonder if it's like too soon, because I feel like when that happens, All Might is going to die. Like, there's nothing. All Might has to die at some point, and I feel like that's way too soon to kill him off.
Didn't it say like he had 1 year left around the time Izuku started?
I don't think he specifically said how long he was going to be around.
I think the 1 year has been tossed around.
I remember that scene where All Might has to tell Deku that by the time Deku fights All for One, he's not going to be there. That scene fucking hits me. I'll be so sad when All Might dies. I think I'll probably actually cry. Just because he's been just such a supportive character. And like, even though All Might as in the hero is dead, really. So he doesn't really serve that much to the plot, except to be like Deku's mentor at this point, and even then he can't do anything. Gran Torino. Oh my, when are we going to go back to that Machina and Gran Torino thing? Because we haven't... Like, I imagine we'll go straight to that after, like, all of this school shit is wrapped up.
Maybe...
Because...
Maybe that'll be the catalyst leading into the Prison Break arc. Who knows?
I imagine that has to like lead in to the next arc, because that was brought up, I want to say, right after the end of the Chisaki arc. I want to say maybe chapter 150 or 160 something. And we never got a resolution to that. All we got was, yo, Shigaraki, if you ever need anything, you go see this guy. And then fucking Gran Torino looks at him, it's like, Giganto Machina. And then we never went to it again. Oh, unless you don't think Thingy died.
No, we saw him afterwards.
Did we?
Yeah.
Saw Gran Torino?
Yeah, he was talking on the phone with All Might about...
Oh, was it?
I forget where it was, but I think we've seen him.
I'm gonna have to, like, I think one day I might just sit down and reread for the entirety of the last few parts of the Chisaki arc and the Gentle arc, just so I can have, like, a recap of everything that's happened in the past few chapters, because, as we've learned, as the anime has taught me, I have a shit memory of the manga, especially as arcs continue to go on, because Jesus fucking Christ, I forgot so much from the fight.
Yeah, I think we're in for something coming up. This was obviously just downtime to lead into something. Something big, hopefully.
We need, like, filler in order to go into the next arc, because we can't... I feel like the Gentle arc is, like, a somewhat comedic... Like, we can develop Izuku's character, but also have, like, a little bit of a comedy and a sad part about this arc. And it's nowhere near as extreme as Chisaki's arc was.
Yeah.
And I think my hero is slowly trying to get darker and darker with its arcs. And I feel like when All Might dies, that'll be a big earth-shattering
tonal
event.
shift, yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to see a huge difference in how he writes the story after that. That, there could be a chance that he doesn't even die.
I feel like at this point, All Might kind of has to die.
Yeah, we've been...
because we can't just... Go on, sorry.
We've sort of been sold on that idea. We're like, we've accepted it. We're just waiting for it to happen. And it's like... But I think the entire point of the ending of Chisaki's arc, where Deku beats fate, essentially, that was supposed to show that Deku has a chance to save All Might and break the fate and prevent him from dying. Or maybe it's a red herring. It's supposed to give us false hope that Deku, and maybe even false hope that to Deku himself, that he can save All Might. He can prevent his death.
One interesting thing, that now that you've just reminded me of that, and it could be a red herring, Night Eye's last words to Mirio was that he would become a great hero.
Yeah.
Do you think that's foreshadowing that he does get his quirk back, or do you think that's just Night Eye trying to be kind before he just passes away?
To be perfectly honest, I think that's Night Eye lying, but he may have used his ability to look into Mirio's future and saw that he will be a hero.
Because I mean, Eri could, like, I know I talked to you about this when we first found out Eri's ability and the fact that Mirio loses his quirk. Eri could potentially get Mirio's quirk back.
Yeah.
But it's whether or not they would actually do it, and at this point, I would be kind of fine if Mirio, like, got his quirk back, but I'm kind of wondering, would Mirio even want his quirk back at this point, or do you think he'd be okay being quirkless?
I think, you know what it could be? maybe when Nide said that he would be a great hero, he meant that he would be a great hero to Eri.
That would be sweet.
That'd be real sweet. Or maybe
All Might just like.
Or maybe he'll get his quirk back and fuck people up. That
would be.
I would like that too.
Cool. One thing, if when or if All Might dies, I'm just trying to think like, if All Might die, if the Prison Break arc comes soon, as we think it is, you expect chapter 200.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be a 200 if it's going to be a thing. I think it'd be a little bit later, but if it happens at 200 and All Might supposedly dies,
yeah,
who is Deku's mentor going to be?
Maybe Aizawa, or maybe he'll have to forge his own path. Maybe it'll be Mirio. We don't know.
I mean, Mirio's like buff enough to potentially like train Deku, I guess.
Yeah. I mean,
I really wouldn't want to know what Deku's reaction to like All Might's death would be. Like, would he just completely break down, or would his character shift to more of an All Might type ideal where he now needs to become the symbol of peace?
Yeah. Given where we are right now in the story, 183, right? Sorry. Oh wait,
183, 186,
or maybe, I don't know.
182.
Oh, that's right. So what was your question? I completely lost. I was like looking something up because I wanted to make sure about something. But
what would like Deku's reaction be?
Oh yeah, he'd probably hit him very hard, but it's like he'd get over it pretty fast because chances are All Might's gonna die in combat, and Deku's gonna need to get his shit together fast.
I've just realised something. I think I know what would be similar to it.
What?
I know I bring up Naruto a lot in these podcasts.
It'd be like Jiraiya.
In the recent ones. Yeah, like when Jiraiya died.
Spoilers for Naruto.
Spoilers. Jiraiya fucking dies.
Pervy Toad guy dies.
But Pervy Sage, no. I need to actually like read or watch Naruto one day. I just know a shit ton about it. I've never actually like sat down and watched or read the entire thing. I've read like the first 3 volumes of the manga and that's it.
But what I was gonna say is, like, if it's 182, that's 18 weeks from now. That's in the middle of September. We don't know what could possibly change.
Well, I guess we'll see in the middle of September then.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like it's we're gonna definitely something's gonna happen for 200, whether it be good or bad. We may start a new arc that leads into whatever's happening off for chapter 200, like next week, or maybe the week after. Because I mean, if it's gonna be something big for chapter 200, then it's gonna have to start ramping up now. But who knows? Maybe we're overthinking it. Maybe
I think we probably are overthinking it in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah.
I have faith in Hirokoshi. Hirokoshi, in every moment he disappoints me, he always brings it back, and I end up liking it even more. Such as with Gentle, and even in this chapter where he disappointed me with the art, it's more of a shitty shouldn't jump deadlines rushing him than him wanting to go for some sort of style and like failing.
Well, one thing I have to say is that next chapter makes up for it. That's all I have to say about that.
Is there a bunch of cute art?
There's a lot of there's cute art and there's a lot of good character moments. It's more of like just showing how the rest of the day goes on. So we don't really. I don't think one person. I remember this. One person I think could possibly be the traitor. If it's not a student, then it might be Snipe.
Yeah, the thing is that I can't argue for that, nor can I argue against it, considering we literally know like nothing about Snipe. I mean, I guess we get like the least development of Snipe. Like we've seen the Clay guy more. We know about Nezu. We know it's not Midnight because we see Midnight all the fucking time. Because I mean, I guess Snipe is kind of like the most mysterious out of everyone there.
Yeah.
But I feel like if Hirokoshi were to like, if it ended up being a character we knew nothing about, I wouldn't care. Like, if it turned out Snipe was the UA traitor, I would just end up being like, well, we knew nothing about him anyway, so this literally means nothing to me. This is a cool character, ends up being a bad guy.
Apparently, the running theory is that Toru is the traitor.
I've been saying this is a joke because it kind of makes sense because she's invisible.
Yeah, she can hide. She's invisible. It's fucking retarded.
Invisible, guys.
It's fucking stupid.
What would you not like about it, Zach?
Well, because
she's invisible.
There's sort of like oxymoron going on when you say that. Oh, she's invisible. She obviously she's the traitor. Because she's invisible, she sticks out just that much more. Obviously, they're not gonna have the most. They're gonna pick the least conspicuous person to be the traitor. Like,
I think the excuse is more that like because she's invisible, she could get into rooms that she's not supposed to be in.
Oh yeah, she's in every fucking scene in the manga.
Yeah, can't you see it? Wait, no, she actually is in this chapter. She's on the ice.
Yeah, but like, it's just silly. I don't think she's. Yeah, I don't think so.
She's more of a joke character, if anything. It would be weird because we don't get that much development on her, and it would just be like, I don't even have a face to associate with this character.
You know,
imagine just going on the wiki for UA traitor, and it's this image is not available. The wiki knew it all. The wiki's known about it forever. They don't even have a picture of her. It's been Invisible Girl the entire time.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's gonna be a teacher.
I think it kind of has to be. I feel like it's like I can suspend my disbelief to a point, but I don't honestly think that it could possibly be any of the students. Unless like we keep talking about Momo.
I think it's Momo.
Because oh my god, no. Because I mean, like, I feel like none of them have the actual like smarts to pull it off.
But Momo, she's incredibly intelligent.
I just keep learning that Momo is possible. I guess Momo could she can make anything.
Yeah.
If she just knows about it.
Yeah.
She did send All Might to get heavily injured.
Think about it like this: if it is Momo, we'll finally have a cute female villain.
But
we'll finally have a cute female villain.
But Zach, what about Toga?
Toga's garbage. And she's not even a villain, she's just a cuck tsundere. What's the female equivalent of a cuck? Whatever. She's awful.
It's the same thing. I think she's better when she's not being a creepy fucking yonder.
But that's her entire character, and that's the only reason anybody likes her. So
I feel like Hirokoshi is gonna make her redeemable.
Everybody that likes her right now in the anime, as soon as we get up to the chapters where she's an actual fucking character, they're not gonna like her anymore. I fucking guarantee it.
I think the one thing that I've definitely noticed when it comes to Hirokoshi, he likes having a character end up being a trope, and then it ends up defining it into a character.
Yeah.
Because Aizawa comes off originally as this really strict Kakashi character, but really he has no actual meaning behind his words. He just wants the best for all of his students. Fucking some of the characters though.
Yeah.
Fucking Invisible Girl. What development can we actually get for her? If Invisible Girl's UA traitor, I don't know if I'll be happy or not. Just because half funny meme, but I feel like giving a character the only the only character trait that I can think is that oh yeah, she's always the floating pair of clothes. You know, that school uniform that literally everyone else wears?
Yeah.
Yeah, that. It's not... She doesn't have, like, the best character design, really.
Yeah. I mean, like... God, I'm so stuck on Momo now. It's like, it makes a lot of sense.
There's probably, like, some tiniest little bit in the manga which, like, argues against it, but right now, to me, it makes sense.
Yeah. Well, it's just like she has the equipment. It makes as much sense as any other theory, maybe a little more.
I think the only thing which possibly goes against it is the fact that doesn't she end up going alongside Kirishima, Ida, and Shoto, as well as Midoriya to the base?
Maybe that's
which doesn't.
Maybe that's just to make sure everything goes as planned.
I guess, but I mean, like
I
guess at the end...
We're arguing semantics at this point. It doesn't really matter. Mm-hmm. We don't know. I'm just saying it's possible.
I feel like the UA traitor is a red herring. I mean, it gets people talking about My Hero.
Yeah.
But all the arguments for UA traitor always just seem like, no matter who you argue the UA traitor is, it always seems a bit, like, far-fetched, no matter who it is.
Uh-huh.
That's what I feel like, anyway. So, I wouldn't mind if it was a red herring, it just seems random to bring up.
Yeah, I mean... It's just like, we won't know until we know, and when we know, we won't expect it.
One thing I've noticed, when the chapters don't end up being about... When it's just like a lot of cute shit and character moments, we just end up talking about the series as a whole, which I kind of like, because it gives us time to, like, think and talk about what's coming up next, and where the series is going.
Yeah.
I really worry for when the series eventually, like, drops off. Like, every series eventually, like, starts to drop off, or has a point in which where people start to drop off. I mean, like, you could always be One Piece, in which where apparently it just keeps going up in quality. But, I don't know, I'm not going to assume My Hero is the next One Piece.
Yeah. We'll have to wait and see.
Anything else you want to say about the chapter?
No. Not really.
No.
No. It was awful.
Chapter's horrible. No Kenda. I'm disappointed. Next chapter will be better, I'm sure.
But
is there anything you want to plug? Or is there anything else you want to say?
I wanted to say something about the anime episode real quick. It's pretty good.
Okay, yes.
It's pretty good.
It's really good, actually. I enjoyed it a lot. I'm hyped as fuck. I cannot express
I'm so
how
fucking
hyped I am.
My nipples are so hard waiting for the All Might fight.
I can see it in the next 4 to 6 episodes.
Yeah, except now they're gonna fill it up with filler in between then and now.
They can't. I would be pissed off if they did filler, just because it's like the worst possible place to put a filler episode.
I think we're gonna get some filler like directly after the fight. Like we're gonna see. Yeah, we're probably gonna get filler after the fight.
I don't mind as long they can give us the shittiest filler episode ever, as long as the All Might All for One episode is as good as it can possibly be. Like, I'm willing to sit for Minata's pervy journal entries episode drawn and animated in MS Paint, as long as the All for One All Might fight is the most cinematic thing they can possibly muster.
Yeah.
A bonus comic drawn in crayon by Hirokoshi of Minata's pervy journal entries. Just a girl, big boobs, and then Minata. It's Minata, just a little arrow. It says me, and then another arrow. My big titty goth Gia. So,
I guess that's where we should end it for now. But I'm gonna plug Wizards of Legend. It's pretty fun. Buy it on Steam. It's $15. And I'm also gonna I'm gonna plug my Twitch streams. I Twitch stream again.
You're streaming again, guys?
Yeah. They're gonna sound real good soon. I'm gonna get a good mic and I'm gonna pray to Jesus. And we're gonna pray to Jesus live on stream. It's gonna be great. Look forward to it.
It's Twitch related. I'm gonna plug Bob Ross.
Oh shit!
Because I was watching some Bob Ross today, and it was pretty good.
Yeah, he was kind of hot. Oof.
I fucking love Bob Ross so much.
Yeah, he's a cutie.
He is a cutie. Like everything. I'm not gonna turn this into a Bob Ross podcast. I'm gonna end it now. Thanks for listening, guys. I'm happy to put up with my fucking
See you later, alligator.
It's not good sick. It's bad sick. So, you know.